How's everybody doing today? It is May 8th, 2021, and glad to be able to be back making some videos. Had some family stuff going on, plus I was banned for a week on the backup channel, so I wasn't able to go live or to do anything on the backup channel, so I just kind of took the time to get some stuff straight with my family and take care of some stuff with my son, and everything is all good. We're gonna get this information back out to you because every day it's like I've been wanting to be able to go live and talk to everybody, and there is just so much going on that I can't even keep up. But I'm going to run through some tabs here real quick. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. I'll leave all the links in the description, so if you want to go back to each one of these, you know, any of them, you want to go back and read yourself, they're there, okay? But we're going to start here. This is back in the 16th of April. It says the U.S. is setting up a $1.7 billion national network to track the virus variants, right, that we've been talking about. It says Louisiana's creative jab outreach, right? Okay, listen to this real quick. It says the U.S. is setting up this $1.7 billion national network to identify and track worrisome CV mutations whose spread could trigger another pandemic wave. Do you see how they tell you the future before it even happens because they know what's going on? It says White House officials unveiled a strategy that features three components: a major funding boost for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and state health departments, right, the experts, right, to ramp up gene mapping of CV samples, the creation of six, one of their favorite numbers, six of their Centers of Excellence partnerships with the university to conduct research and develop technologies for gene-based surveillance of these pathogens, and building a data system to better share and analyze information on emerging disease threats so the knowledge can be turned into action. Well, what do you think the action is going to be, right? We already know what this is. We know exactly what's going on, all right? This is all going to be eventually turned into, you know, this tracking system that they're building, right? This tracking system that we know is coming. And if you haven't seen the push for the jab now, it is in everything you see now. It doesn't matter what it is, they are pushing it. And I'm going to get into a lot of that in a minute. It says the new effort, which relies on money approved by Congress as part of President Joe B's CV relief package, right? Look, and how many times I talk about this? Oh, stimulus, everybody wanted the money. Look where a ton of the money went. To track and trace you. To push the jabs, right? Aims to break what the experts say is a feast or famine cycle in the U.S. preparedness for biological threats. Listen to that. They're pushing this, of which the CV is only one example. Others have included Ebola, Zika, and respiratory viruses like SARS in 2002 and MERS in 2012. Which, look at this, which none of them became major problems in the United States. Well, that wasn't what you were talking about when Zika was coming around. Right? Do you guys remember this? I talked about a little bit of this not too long ago. Look at Zika virus set to spread across the Americas. What we know so far. I mean, this is back in 2016. They were pushing this like it was going to be just the worst thing ever. They do it every single time, and they've just each time just bumped it up, you know? And look at this. There's a reason why you see headlines like this. Zika virus testing market to see huge growth by 2027. Top key players, the CV19 impact analysis. Yeah, there's a reason that these testing markets are going to skyrocket, and everything going on with CV19 is helping it. This is all planned out. It's planned out step by step by step. And what I was talking about, how you're seeing it, everything, like this is just the main story, the NFL draft, okay? A lot of you probably might not watch sports, but some do. And the whole point was you were allowed to go into the NFL draft. If you signed up, got your jab, you were allowed to be, there was a certain number of people that were allowed to actually be inside and close up for the draft. They're doing this now for everything. I just saw another commercial for NASCAR now. They're opening up the state, all the certain areas for, if you got jabbed, if you go and get that, and you can actually call through the NASCAR, sign up online to go and get your jab there, and then you'll be able to get a seat. This is what's happening, and look how they say this. With the NFL Draft Jab Fan Zone impact future live events. Oh, it already has. This was back on the 29th, and I've seen it in a week. I've seen everything take off. Every single day, they're just adding more and more and more. And it's going to be like this, all right? They're going to tell you the more and more that you will go and get jabbed, you can go. I mean, look right here. Pre-selected fans will have a chance to attend a jabbed fan viewing area in the front of the draft theater next to the First Energy Stadium and the NFL Draft Experience. Fans will also have a chance to watch the draft inside First Energy Stadium during the night session on Thursday and Friday. If you do what? Go and get jabbed. It's not going to stop, okay? And you're seeing more National Guard. I'm seeing more and more of these stories, all right? Them holding clinics, more and more companies. This one is it's a Bath Iron Works shipyard and they're doing, look at this, they've been encouraging employees to get jabbed in the recent weeks as new cases at the shipyard continue to be reported. You're going to see this, right? Each one of these types of stories are not stopping, and it's not only just companies doing it, but now you have the National Guard mixing in with the companies to not only help give these, these jabs, but I'm pretty sure pretty soon there'll be more and more influence. We're seeing it right now. You're in that stage of they're trying to persuade you, whichever way you can do, right? They're doing everything they can do to persuade you. Like this. Free beer, free rides, incentives added to a vaccine drive. Look at this. Free beer, pot, and donuts, savings bonds, a chance to win an all-terrain vehicle. Places around the U.S. are offering incentives to try to energize the nation's slowing jab drive to get Americans to roll up their sleeves. People, you see what this is all about? We knew this is what it was about, and it's not going to change. Okay, and there's a reason why you're, everywhere you go, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to look at New Jersey, a shot and a beer. Go and get it. We'll give you a shot and a beer. Oh, it's just crazy. Not only that, we'll give you money. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. It's just insane. $100 cash payments. This actually talks of $1,000 cash payment right here. That's what they were trying to do. That's where it'll get to. They're going to do everything they can to persuade you. Then once we get to that point where they know they can't offer $100,000 to people like you and I, and we're still not going to do it, then it will come to the point where the force will come. All right? And I just wanted you to see this, each day, how it's, this one's just from today, actually. Look at this. 1/3 of the U.S. population is jabbed. 100% of them can go and get a free Krispy Kreme donut, right? Oh, they want to act like they care about your health, but then they're going to go push donuts, right, that obviously aren't good for you, right? Not saying we don't love them, but the whole point is, obviously, this isn't about taking care of you or your health or them caring about you. And if you still believe that, you really need to do some research, because what I'm going to show you next is what we've all been talking about. It's what we've all been, not fearing, but what we've all been, it's worrisome because we knew it was coming and it was just a matter of time, okay? This, all right? They're pushing the jabs on the children, okay? 12 to 15, they've now pushed it, okay? They're already doing this, all right? And it's not gonna change anything. Now that they have that, temporary or that FDA approval, which just blows me away too, because I just don't understand how people can still fall for it. This one says, Israel now wants to jab kids. Is it safe? This was back on the 21st before they've done it in the United States, because now it's approved in the United States for the 12 to 15-year-olds, the same thing. Pfizer's already done it. Look at this. Yeah, many are already doing, now asking kids 12 to 15, which my son fits right in there, okay? And this is the thing, is we knew that it was going to line up for this, right? Because this all is going to go perfectly to next season, right? Look at this. Anyone with a 12 to 15-year-old in their life got encouraging news this week when our colleagues reported that the Food Drug Administration is set to authorize the Pfizer and BioNTech jab for use in this age by early next week. On Tuesday, Pfizer said it's also expected to apply in September for authorization to administer this jab to children ages 2 to 11. This is how sick it is. And I'm going to show you something that's going to blow you away with the numbers that I've been talking to you about the 144 in just a second. But look at, what does it mean for that? What do you think? Oh, look at it. Look at this. Look what they say. Being able to have their kids jab will no doubt be reassuring to many parents, including some who have not felt comfortable sending their children back in person yet. Oh, yeah, that's the reason? No, we haven't sent them back in person yet because we don't trust you and we never will. But you trying to say that that's the reason that we're doing it is ridiculous. And what are they doing? Look at that. Will likely most mean more students attending in-person classes next school year. Some states have already said that remote learning will not continue. to be an option for the students in fall. So think about that. They're telling you flat out it will not be allowed, which means you are going to have to either 100% homeschool, or you are going to have to go and get your kids jabbed for them to be able to go to school. And like I told you, look at this. This is that thing. Pfizer applies for approval to jab children 2 to 11. Your 12 to 15-year-olds aren't enough. They got to get every one of you. Every one of your little kids. They have no idea what is going on with these jabs. Well, they do. They know how bad they are, but it doesn't matter. They are going to come out and say that they're safe. How can they say they're safe? How can they say anything? Oh, how do you know the long-term effects? How would you know? You haven't been giving them out for a couple months. How could you ever say you know what the 2-year, 3-year, 5-year, things that are going to happen to this, especially with children these types of ages? But listen to this article, because this has the numbers that I had to tell you. It says Pfizer is working on a jab with longer refrigerator life. Will apply for approval to jab younger children this fall. This guy's sick. CEO Burla. Of course, right, it's going to have longer refrigerator life so that they'll be able to, just go ahead and keep it. It'll be perfect now. Now they'll be able, before it was, had to be done so fast so they could get everybody to run and go get it as fast as they could, right, because it was going to expire if you didn't hurry. Now it'll just be perfect. You can throw it in the fridge and you don't got to worry about it. But listen to this right here. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla said his company intends to ask the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for approval to jab children aged 2 to 11 against CD19 as early as September. September, there's a key here. This is when most schools go back, right around this time, right? That's all lines up perfectly with them making it mandatory to go back to school. But listen to this. Israel Hayam reported that Burla also said he intends to apply for the right to jab children aged 6 months to 2 years during the final quarter of the calendar year. So that means right after that, October, November, December, they're going to go after the 6-month-old to the 2-year-olds. Pretty bad, right? It's not stopping. According to News 12, the company is also working with an updated version of the jab, which will last in refrigerators for up to 10 weeks. Told you. Just put it in there and just leave it. But are you ready for the number, the blowaway that I've been telling you I've been seeing nonstop? On Monday, it was reported that the FDA was preparing to authorize the use of the Pfizer-BioNTech CD19 jab in adolescents 12 to 15-year-olds by next week. In March, Pfizer began testing its jab on the younger children. The global study of 144 participants. Really? Do you think it's still a coincidence they're using this number right in our face? 144 participants will also examine whether the jab can generate an immune response in children and determine the proper dosage in each age group in the trial. 6 months to 2 years, 2 years to 5 years, and 5 years to 11 years. Everybody, this is truly, truly sick. This is evil. They're coming after us. They're putting the numbers in our face. The 144. I've been seeing it nonstop, and now I'm seeing it over and over again in situations like this where I know they're putting it out there as a mocking, and I'm going to continue to show it to you as much as I can. So we're going to leave this here. This video went pretty long, and I just wanted you to see everything that's going on. They're coming for your children. They're coming for your family. You need to prepare now. Don't be scared. Don't fear. You have all the power. You have God. You have your relationship with Jesus. You have that, okay? You have your faith. They are going to lose, but you need to prepare now, all right? I love you all. I hope you're all doing well. Can't wait to talk to you all. Can't wait to go live as soon as possible. And we're really going to get a lot of this information talked about because, as you can see, things are ramping up every single day, more and more and more, all right? No matter what. No fear, no panic. Just protect your family at all costs. I love you all. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.